Namaskar. Today I am here to discuss on how to tune a sitar. We are coming up with different tutorials on sitar playing technique and handling the instrument. So this is one of the prerequisite of playing any musical instrument, to tune an instrument. Sometimes I see students depend on certain visual apps which captures the sound and actually detects which particular pitch in which the string is tuned to, and accordingly they adjust the strings. But in long run that does not help, because for playing an instrument and to learn any form of music, we need to have a developed ear for recognizing if a note is off key or on key. For tuning instrument, the understanding of the notes is very important. In an octave, as we all know, the basis is sa, and the remaining 11 notes other than the sa in an octave are determined based on the distance from sa. So if we change a scale from C sharp to D, then remaining notes like Komal Re, Shuddha Re, Komal Ga, Shuddha Ga, all the successive notes will get right shifted. And if we are in D and we come to C, if we tune our sa to C, natural, then all remaining notes will left shift, right? So all other notes like Komal Re, Shuddha Re, Komal Ga, Shuddha Ga, Shuddha Ma, Tivra Ma, Pa, Komal Dha, Shuddha Dha, Komalni, Shuddhani. All these 11 notes are determined based on their distance from sa. So sa is the base of an octave, as it is called, it is the home. Now a tanpura, an electronic tanpura which I have turned it on. I will just increase the volume a little bit. I hope the sound is audible. We need to understand this particular pitch, and on top of that, before tuning actually, we need to know the strings of our instrument, the names of the strings, and which string is tuned to which note. That is absolutely important. Otherwise we will not be able to tune these pegs, these strings. The strings are attached to the pegs or khoti. So we adjust this to tighten it or loosen it, and accordingly pitch of the string increases or decreases. So in sitar, this is the joda string. This is Gandhar Pancham sitar, which is particularly followed in the Itawa or Imdad Khani style of sitar playing. This particular sitar was introduced, this string arrangement and certain dimensions, and it was standardized by Ustad Vilayat Khan Sahab many years back, and this is followed in this particular style. And different other musicians across Gharana, I have seen they prefer to play this version of sitar, Gandhar Pancham version. Even musicians who play Karach Pancham sitar, I know at least 5 such musicians who also play Gandhar Pancham. They have procured one Gandhar Pancham sitar and they practice on that because of the beautiful sound of this particular instrument and design of this particular instrument. So this particular peg is attached with the joda string, which is tuned to Mandra Saptak Sa, lower octave Sa. This particular string, so I will tell you the strings which are tuned to Sa that we need to tune first and know first. So joda and 2 chikaris. Jod string or judi, in Bengali it is called judi string. Then this is first chikari, choti chikari, then it is badi chikari, second chikari. So this joda is tuned to lower octave Sa or Mandra Saptak Sa. This particular peg is tuned to middle octave Sa, and this particular string is tuned to higher octave Sa. Okay, joda, first chikari, second chikari. Then first we need to tune that. And here we are having certain set of sympathetic strings or taraf, which gets resonance, which catches the resonance. Like if we play sa, then the taraf which is tuned to sa, it automatically catches that particular frequency and vibrates by itself, even without our strumming. So that is the science of this beautiful instrument, because this is a hollow box and it catches the frequency and it resonates by itself. So that's why it is called sympathetic strings or taraf strings. So the way we follow, first we tune the joda string which is already tuned with sa. My tanpura is being strummed on D with the first string as pa, pancham. So sa, this is middle octave sa. Lower octave sa or mandra saptak sa, middle octave sa, and higher octave sa. And remaining strings will be determined based on the sound of the sa. That's why all the sa, if there are 3 to 5 sa there in sitar, all of them should be in same position. Sa, this is taraf sa. I tune this particular peg to taraf sa. In case you tune any other peg to sa, either this or this, you have to tune them first before you go for re or any other note. And this is tar saptak sa, again in taraf. So all these sas I have tuned in D first. Joda, chikari, first chikari, second chikari, then taraf sa, and then tar saptak sa. If the different sa are tuned to different pitch, then we will get confused while tuning other notes. So it is best practice to tune all the sa first. Then we will tune the gandhar string. So this particular string, so this is little down, little low. For the understanding, so this is tuned to Suddha Ga. Sa ga, sa ga. So if this is sa, then the sound of ga should be there in my mind, and that sound with whatever I am having in my mind is guiding me to tune this particular string. This is pa, still gandhar, still pancham, both are mandra saptak ga, mandra saptak pa. So this has gone down. Okay, let me tune it. So if this is sa, pa, pa. See, this is down, little down, around, it is around tivrama. So I have to understand if it is at the proper position. If it is in the proper position, then it is tuned. We don't have to do anything. We can go to the next string for tuning. And if it is not in the proper position, then we need to understand whether it is high or low than required, higher than required or lower than required position. Okay. So this is not proper. So based on my sense, I can identify this is actually down. This needs to be higher. So when we understand this is low, we have to make it higher. Then we need to also understand the extent we have to make it high. Or if it is high, then the normal, then we need to understand how much we have to bring it down. Right? So suppose it is high, not tuned. So I have to make it down, that I understand. But how much, that also I have to understand for tuning. That magic point should not be crossed. We have to stop at the magic point where it gets the, its proper tuning. Again, this is high. While decreasing, I should not go beyond the point. Again, it is not proper. It has gone down than the normal. So I have to make it up. So this conception of the tuning should be clear in your mind first, then only you can do that. Mechanically, just from the outside you cannot do. Everything is stored in your mind, in your sense. So I have tuned Joda, which is Mantra Saptak Sa, first Chikari, Choti Chikari, middle of Madhya Saptak Sa, second Chikari, Tar Saptak Sa, then Gandhar, Ga, Pa, and last but not the least main string, where we will play the most. See, it a little down. Ma also a little down, Sa is also a little down. So there is a manka, it is called manka, a swan like structure is there. So I will push it a little bit to tighten it. So this is for fine tuning. When we actually play, then all the time we don't move this peg, otherwise it will disturb the entire tuning system. So we are pushing this for the fine tuning. So it is not happening. So I have to touch the peg. I have to tighten it. So all the upper strings, 6 strings on top are tuned. Also we need to check the frets while playing, because sometimes while practicing or while traveling, this frets get shifted a little bit. So before we play for a concert or before we do the riyaz, might see I am pulling a little bit or sometimes moving the frets just to adjust the tuning of the string or the position of the frets. So my sense of the tuning is guiding me for doing this. Now we will tune this tarab strings. So this tarab strings, in which note these tarab strings will be tuned to is determined by which raga we are presenting, which raga we are playing. So for demonstration purpose, I am tuning all these strings to Shuddha notes in Bilawal scale. So this to Sa, lower octave Sa and higher octave Sa I have already tuned. I see many students have difficulty to tune the tarab strings because of 2 reasons. They don't know which string is tuned to which note, that is one thing, and they can't strum the tarab strings individually, and the mapping between the pegs or the khuti and the strings, that is not clear in their mind. So they strum some strings and move some other peg, ending up with, the strings get broken by that. Okay, if I am strumming some string and moving other peg which is not connected to that particular string, then after some time it will break. That particular string will break, because the string which I am strumming and the peg I am moving are different. So this mapping between the pegs and strings should be clear first. So if I am strumming this particular first string with my middle finger nail, or little fingernail, whatever it is, or maybe some people use thumb also for strumming the tarab strings individually. This was in Komal Ni. I have tuned to Shuddha Ni. Sa, Ni, it was here Ni, Shuddha Ni, then it is already Sa. This is little lower than Gha. The Shruti is not proper. I will tune to Shuddha Da. Dha. This is Shuddha Re. Little down. Little fine tuning is required for this one. Ga Shruti is not proper. For tuning, you have to have the reference of Sa all the time in your ear for tuning rest of the notes, because as I said, the remaining 11 notes in an octave is defined based on the distance, it's their distance from sa. So sa is being played in the tanpura, or if tanpura is not there, every time you have to strum chikari joda to get the feel of sa while for tuning the other strings. Ga then ma is more or less same. Pa sa pa. See, pa's shruti is little down. The microtone is down, not in tune, not 100% in tune. Little deviate, little below. So I have to make it little high. Dha, Shuddha dha, da is okay. Then this is in Komal Ni. This Ni I want to make Shuddha Ni, so I have to make it high. Ni, it is Komal Ni, I have to make it Shuddha Ni. Sa, I have already tuned Tar Saptak Sa, Re. Little. Shruti of Tar Saptak, Shuddha Ga is also little down. I have to make it little high. Now the Sitar is tuned. Once the instrument is in tune, then you will feel like playing it. And if the instrument is not in tune, you will not feel like playing it. The taraf string is resonating so beautifully. This string is resonating by itself by catching the frequency naturally. Sa is being played. Sa is resonating. There are multiple strings which are tuned to Sa. If the tuning is proper, all of them will resonate together. Re. I hope you are being able to hear the enhanced sound. The bright sound which is coming, it is from the taraf string. Sampling lower octave Ma, Shuddha Ma from the Joda string. Lower octave Gandhar. Ga re sa ne da pa ma. My voice does not go there. Lower octave Gandhar. See, while playing the Joda string, it went little down, then I had to do the fine tuning. So in the middle of your playing, you play alap or anything you play, or composition of tan or jhala, whatever you play, if your instrument gets out of tune, immediately you should take a small pause and tune it. Now, few people ask, there are multiple questions, frequently asked questions, if I can call it. How much time it should take to tune a sitar? It is just like practice. If you tune your sitar every day, then with time gradually your understanding you'll get the understanding faster, your sense of tuning faster, and you will get more practice on the tuning itself, and you will be able to tune your instrument faster if you do it regularly. Okay. For professional sitar player, it takes maybe a minute. All these 18 strings or 19 strings or 20 strings, they tune the entire sitar within a minute or 1.5 minutes. I have explained so many things in this video, that's why it has taken so much time. But actually tuning the sitar does not take so long. If you have attended a sitar concert, you might have seen or you might have observed how quickly a sitar player tunes the sitar in the middle of performance if it gets off key, or while changing a rag from one rag to another rag, right? Also, some people ask how much time does it take for a student to be able to tune a sitar, to be able to understand the sense of tuning. The students who have prior background of learning music, maybe vocal music or guitar. I have seen many Western students who have background of playing guitar or any other Western instrument. They have good sense of tuning, so they don't have to develop their ear. It is already developed. They know what is off key and what is on key. They don't have to rely on the visual apps, right? Mobile apps for seeing, okay, I'm strumming this, whether it is D or C or C sharp or E or in between D and D sharp. Not like that. They can identify the notes with help of their ear and they can tune it. So it is advantage for them. And sometimes students who don't have the sense of tune, they need to develop it. They need to. I will create a separate video on how to develop that. It is not related to playing an instrument or tuning an instrument. You have to be able to identify different notes based on your tanpura sound, based on sa, based on a scale. You have to be able to sing or understand what are the different notes, and if something is less, something is off key, something is on key, how to develop that sense. That is also a very tricky thing. Probably I will come up with some video on that. That is prerequisite for tuning sitar. Sometimes students use these visual apps. Initially that is fine, but in long run I don't think that should be used because it does not help in long run. I will play a little bit brief alap for you before we conclude this video. And for any questions if you have for tuning, please feel free to comment under this video in the comment box, and also feel free to send me an email if you have any further question. I generally conduct workshops, I generally conduct sitar classes, so in case you need any further information you can contact with me over my email or WhatsApp. All these details are given in the video description.